Hello, everyone. Welcome to our channel. In this unique story series, we blend the enchanting world of fairy tales with the timeless wisdom of fables. This episode is part 3 of a prequel series to the story of Little Red Cap. Our protagonists are still the wolf and his fox mentor. A brief explanation of this story will be provided at the end of this episode. Now, let's get started.
In the previous stories, Reinart, the fox, had taken on the role of mentor to Wolvie, the young wolf. One day, while Reinart and Wolvie were enjoying their meal under a big tree in the forest, Reinart suddenly found himself in a tricky situation. A bone had lodged crosswise in his throat, and he could neither swallow it nor cough it up. Wolvie saw Reinart's discomfort and asked, "Reinart, what's the matter?" After Reinart explained his trouble, Wolvie said, "That's unfortunate. We need to find help." While they were walking nervously and looking around for help, Reinart spotted a stork. She was renowned for her long neck and bill. Reinart thought she should be able to reach the bone and extract it, so he asked her for help. The stork rejected, "No way. I am not cunning, but I am not stupid either. This is not just very disgusting but very dangerous too." Reinart replied, "Well, if you can remove the bone for me, I will reward you handsomely." The stork was curious and asked, "How handsome?" Reinart answered, "Very, very handsome. I promise. It is very urgent, please help me right now." Then Reinart intentionally coughed loudly and painfully to invoke the stork's sympathy. Eventually, she agreed to help. She put her head inside Reinart's throat, and then tried to find the bone. She did it very carefully to avoid hurting Reinart. Once Reinart knew the bone was gone, he thanked the stork. The stork said, "Okay. Please give me the reward you promised." Reinart exclaimed, "What? Haven't you received it already? I let you take your head out of my mouth without biting it off. Isn't that the very, very handsome reward I promised? Why are you so greedy?" The stork was shocked and did not know how to respond. Her face was full of anger and embarrassment. Seeing the mixed feelings expressed on her face, Reinart couldn't help laughing. Then he said, "Dear lady, my apologies. I was only joking. To express my sincere gratitude for your kind and professional help, may I invite you to dinner at my home tonight?" The stork had doubts but accepted the invitation. Reinart asked, "Dear lady, may I ask your name?" The stork replied, "My name is Stala." Reinart said, "Stala, what a beautiful name. See you tonight." After Stala had left, Wolvie was surprised and asked, "I understand why you didn't give her the promised reward, but why did you let her leave safely and then invited her for dinner? Is it a trick or trap, or so-called delayed gratification? I don't understand." Reinart smiled, "You will find out tonight." As Reinart was already fine, he and Wolvie continued to walk through the forest. They came across a wild boar named Stronger. He was diligently sharpening his tusks against the trunk of a tree. The more amazing thing was that the place looked remarkably like a gym. There were logs of different sizes that Stronger used as weights, a sturdy tree trunk that served as a punching bag for his tusks. There were also different sizes of rocks on the ground so he could practice jumping, and even a smooth rock that he used for sit-ups. "Hey, Stronger!" Reinart called out, waving a paw in greeting. Stronger paused his workout and responded cheerfully, "Hello, Reinart and Wolvie. Welcome to my gym." Wolvie, intrigued by the facilities, asked Stronger, "Why have you spent so much effort to turn this place into a gym?" Stronger laughed and answered proudly, "Of course, I enjoy working out. It keeps me strong and ready for any situation. Also, doing exercises makes me really happy." After a friendly chat, Reinart and Wolvie said goodbye to Stronger. As they walked away, Reinart shared a lesson with Wolvie. "See, Wolvie, even in the middle of the forest, Stronger has created a space to exercise. His actions teach us about the importance of staying fit and finding joy in what we do. But more importantly, it's about being prepared. Remember, we can't wait for danger to arrive before we start preparing." We must anticipate challenges and prepare for them in advance. Wolvie nodded and said, "Yes, Reinart. I see now." As Reinart and Wolvie continued their journey, they heard a voice pleading, "Reinart, help me. I am here." They looked around and found a fox stuck in the hollow of an oak. Reinart asked, "Geets, what happened? Why are you here?" Geets explained his situation. "I found this tree's hollow filled with bread and meat, likely left behind by some shepherds. Then I slipped into the hollow and devoured all the food. After the feast, I am so swollen that I can't squeeze back through the hole now." Reinart said, "Oh my God. I had some trouble an hour ago too. It is an unlucky day for us foxes. All right, we will try to help you out." Reinart and Wolvie tried their best to pull Geets out, but it was no use. Geets was firmly stuck. Reinart sighed, "Geets, I see no immediate solution for this. You just have to stay here until you shrink to your normal size. Then you can get out easily." Geets, with a disappointed look on his face, said, "I suppose you're right, Reinart. I'll have to wait here. Thanks for your help and advice." As Reinart and Wolvie were leaving, Reinart said, "This is a lesson about the consequences of greed, and also about the power of time. Time can solve many problems, though it can create many too. Now it's time we go home to prepare dinner for our guest." As night fell, the stork, named Stala, arrived at Reinart's home. Reinart served her soup in a shallow dish. With her long beak, Stala found it impossible to get even one drop of soup. Feeling frustrated and insulted, she scolded, "Very funny. I should not have trusted you again." Just as Stala was about to leave, Reinart stopped her. "Wait, dear lady," he said, "I apologize again. Allow me to correct my mistake." Reinart then brought out the best food from his kitchen. This time, the food was served in containers from which Stala could easily eat. Reinart asked Wolvie to join them for dinner, but Wolvie refused. Then Reinart and Stala enjoyed the delicious food together, chatting happily about various topics. After Stala finished her dinner, she expressed her gratitude. "Reinart, although I don't appreciate your weird sense of humor, your cooking skills are excellent. In the future, I would be happy to help you remove bones stuck in your throat again, provided that you serve me a perfect dinner like this." Reinart replied, "Stala, thank you for your kind offer. But I don't want to go through such a painful experience again. If you have time, you're always welcome to come here for dinner." After Stala left, Wolvie was still doubtful. He asked, "Reinart, could you tell me your reasoning behind these actions now?" Reinart explained, "Well, it's not a lesson about instant versus delayed gratification. The point is, we shouldn't just want to get more and more. Life isn't just about taking, but also about giving, sharing, and enjoying the company of friends. And sometimes, a little humor can make things even better." Wolvie didn't appreciate this lesson very much, thinking to himself, "This is not my preferred way. I like food more than friends." But he nodded and replied, "All right, I got it." They continued their conversation into the night before finally going to sleep.
That brings us to the end of this episode. For your information, this story is inspired by Aesop's fables, including The Wolf and the Crane, The Wild Boar and the Fox, The Swollen Fox, The Fox and the Stork. As we weave these fables into a continuous narrative, we aim to infuse them with a modern twist of humor and surprise. We hope that while our story maintains the spirit of Aesop's timeless lessons, it also offers a unique storytelling experience that feels both familiar and fresh. If you enjoyed this story and the explanations, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. A text version is available for reading on our Patreon site. Additionally, the site provides links where you can view or download English versions of Grimm's fairy tales and Aesop's fables for free. Your support enables us to create more content like this. Thank you for watching. See you next time.